Welcome to Tobar's Realm. Today I think I'm going to see if I can transform this old walker into a ramp so my little dogs can get onto our bed. Right now we just have a chair sitting at the end of our bed so they can jump on the chair and then up onto the bed, but I'm thinking I might be able to modify this. It's got the right height with this main bar. It's got these things so you can collapse it, so I'm wondering if I could mount it on the end of our bed with a ramp, and then if I wanted to take it down I could collapse these arms in and just put the little ramp like under the bed. So I'm gonna mess around and see what I can figure out on that. Well, I think the first thing I'm gonna do is put that wheel on the outer leg, put the peg on the inner leg, so when I fold it, that wheel can just roll. And then I'm gonna have to turn that 90 degrees, otherwise the wheel will be pointed the wrong direction to pivot in. So I'm just gonna start with that. Alright, I got those wheels turned, and I'm gonna need to put a cross member here to be the top of the ramp. And then this cross member here is too high, so I'm going to see if I can figure out if I can move it down. It's got a cover on the back. I'm going to have to pop open and see how this is attached on there and hopefully move it down. Use that as a support up to the top. Alright, I got the cross member on this side disengaged and moved down. I wasn't sure how it was put together, but it's got little plastic pegs that lock in right here. So I had to pry those out and then slide it down. Then I realized that that's what's holding this pivot lock in place. So I think I'm just going to cut off the top of this, move it up to hold it in place, and just epoxy it right there and drill some new holes for this piece to lock into on both sides. That should line up with the angle for the other side. Alright, so the epoxy's done and that's working. Now I'm just going to move this hole that this was attached to down 7 inches on both sides. Alright, for the ramp, I'm going to cut a 12-inch wide piece of this plexiglass left over from COVID times. Okay, so I got that ramp cut. It's lining up pretty good to sit on that cross piece, and then 24 inches tall where that side brace is. So I think I can cut off this part here, and then I'll probably use parts of that to add to here to hook on to the bed frame. So let's get these cut off, I guess. Alright, I got that one arm cut off and had some little covers to put over it. And now the piece I cut off, I think I'll attach as the cross piece that the ramp will attach to at the top. So I'm just going to bolt it together on this side, and that side I'm not going to attach because it's got to be able to pivot. I got this scrap piece of aluminum angle iron, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off 6 inches and attach it to the end of the ramp. That'll just sit on here, and then the remaining piece I'm going to just do some self-tapping screws because this is just too wobbly, so I'll just attach it right below that plastic piece. Alright, I got that cross piece on there. Got the attachment at the top, but it's kind of steep, so I think I'm going to just add a little platform right here. This should be tall enough to go over the baseboard of the bed, just to make a little landing for them. So I'm going to drill some holes through that and put some little bolts through there. Alright, almost done. Goes up, and then that angle iron piece hangs on there with this little platform. And I got some grip tape I'm going to put all on the ramp. As part of this is to try to wear down their claws a little bit too, because they're indoors all the time. So I'm going to put this grip tape on. Alright, all done. Trying to try it out. Well, slightly too steep, so I'm going to run a 2x4, piece of 2x4 that will raise this up, decreasing the angle, and then I'll just build a little thing at the bottom there. So let's cut some strips to mount on here. Alright, so I just added a piece of 2x3 to reinforce that, and added a little more tape because they were slipping like crazy on that plastic. So I think that's better. Let's try it again. It's definitely sturdier too.